Welcome to Hike Point of Sale. In this video we'll be going through how you can import your products into your Hike store using Hike's product import feature, which will use an existing Excel or CSV file. Before we begin going into further detail, there are a few recommendations to go through. Hike recommends that you take backups of any existing information that's assigned to your products that are in your Hike store already by selecting the export button over here on the right hand side of the product screen. Once you click on this, you'll bring up an export screen where you can click export, and this will export all the products in your Hike store into an Excel file, which you can keep as a backup in case you make any mistakes and you need to revert the changes from there. For the purposes of this video, we'll be assuming that you have an understanding of how products work within Hike and how they are displayed within your Hike store. If you do require assistance with creating brand new products within Hike, please refer to our Hike support article and the linked videos that are available by selecting the Learn button on the top right hand side and selecting the Creating and Adding Products link. This will bring you to the Creating and Adding Products in Hike support article, and you can go over how to create products and then check how they're displayed in your Hike store. Now, we also recommend that if you are making changes to a large amount of products within your Hike store, that you first test out any changes that you wish to make via the product import feature on a few example products in your store, to see if your product changes matches what you're expecting. That way, if you do encounter any issues, you can fix these issues first before making wider changes to your products within your Hike store from there. Testing your product import file is also important, as depending on the program that you use to edit your Excel or CSV file, such as Microsoft Excel or an online spreadsheet program, these may truncate certain fields or edit certain fields and format them, which may cause importing errors from there. So it's good to see what the changes will be and to see if you need to make any updates from there. Now that we are ready to begin going over the product import process, we'll go through the options depending on the current products you have available. Now, even if you don't have any products within your Hike store, what you can do is to select the import button on the right hand side anyway. Select import products, and in this import products page you are able to download our import file template here. So selecting this download import file template here will allow you to save a file into your hard drive, where you can make further edits to the file from there. So the file's already been saved here, so we'll have a look quickly as to what the file has shown in Excel. So as you can see here, the column mappings are now displayed over at the top here. Now, with products that are created within your Hike store, there are a few minimum required fields in order to create a product in Hike. The first of which is the product name, which is listed here. Now, if you don't have a product name listed in the Excel file, you will have an error that Hike will reply to you saying that the product name isn't available, and you can address it from there. The second required field is the SKU, which is also known as a stock keeping unit, and this is a unique identifier to identify the product in Hike. The SKU should only have alphanumerical characters, which means either numbers or letters, and should only be up to 20 characters long. Because this is a unique field in Hike, if you do have a duplicate SKU that's already in your Hike store, you once again get an error saying that you cannot have duplicate SKUs, and again you'll need to address the SKU field from there by creating a unique SKU number or alphanumerical character. Now, the last mandatory field is barcodes. Now, when creating barcodes within your Hike store, you can leave this field blank, in which case the product import process will generate a barcode for the product for you. Once again, when the barcode is generated, or if you enter a barcode into the system here, it is also a unique identifier, which means you cannot have a secondary barcode for another product which is the same as this existing product. If you do, once again, you'll get an error stating that the barcode needs to be changed. Now you can add products as you require from here and add additional information and edit the existing products that you have available in your Excel file. And as mentioned previously, it's good to make tests on a few of these products and then import them into your store before making larger changes to all the products within your store if you have a large amount of products. From here, if you have existing products within your Hike store already, you'll be able to click the export button on the top right here of your products listing page as we showed previously, and selecting export again will export all the products within your Hike store into an Excel file that you can save to your hard drive. So we've saved this file already for you to view, so you can see here that all the products within the Hike store have been exported into this file, and you can make edits as required from there. Now, in particular, what we'd like to highlight next is product variants within the product export file, because there have been issues that clients have reported previously where they've had troubles creating the variants correctly within your Hike store. So we'll scroll down to a particular variant here called Active Men Tank Tops, and we'll scroll over to the variant options that we have available for this. So as you can see here, there are three sets of variants. So one is called the variant option name 1, variant option value 1, variant option name 2, variant option value 2, and variant option name 3 and variant option value 3. So what this means is that the variant option name is basically categories of variants that you're able to assign, and you're able to assign up to 3 different variants for the product from there. And the variant option value is simply the value that you want the option to be. So as you can see in this particular example, what the first variant option name is called size, and the variant option value is S or small. As you can see here, a few different small variants are defined because we have a variant option 2, which is defining the colors from there. So you'll see here with this first active tank top, this variant is small and the color is blue. The second one, the variant option for the size is small again, but the color is black. And then from there you can define your other sizes, and once again defining the colors that are available for that particular variant. So it's fairly simple to set up, and if you do need further assistance with this, what we recommend is to again create a product variant within your Hike store and then export the file so you can have this similar formatting available, and then make your edits to the product file from there. Now lastly, what we'll want to do is to import a file into your Hike store, just so you can see what the expected output would be. So if we select the import button on the top right and click import product, it will bring us to this import product file page again, which is where we downloaded the product import file template previously. So what we can do here is we can select the import Excel file, which will bring you to the folders where you can import your products from there. So what we're going to do for the purposes of this video is to just import a product template here, which only has an SKU field assigned to it. So as you can see here, we'll show you the file quickly. And the only information assigned to the product that we're trying to import in is the SKU field. So we're deliberately leaving the product name blank just to show you what the error will be popping up in the system. So if we go back to our import and select the product, it's going to automatically try and map all the fields from the top column over to the data field within Hike. So as you can see here, these data fields refer to the top column mappings, which are listed here, such as name, description, SKU, and such from there. Now if you do have a custom product file that you've exported from a different system, this is the area where you can match your mappings from there. So for instance, the barcode may be named something slightly different. It may be barcodes with an S, or it may have some additional information in the column mapping, but you can double check that it matches with the corresponding data field within Hike, or otherwise scroll down and select from any of the data fields that we have available. So these matches the fields together, and assuming that you've already taken the import directly from Hike previously, the mapping should match up automatically. So if we select continue from here, it'll ask you if you want to save a template if you do have some custom mappings that you've assigned. As we are using an existing Hike file template that's available, all the mappings should be available, so we won't need to save the template. Now again, it'll double check all the mappings for you, and you can edit the column mappings again if required. Otherwise you can select connected and validate, which will then try to import the file into the system from there. So as you can see, your current import is in progress, and if you have a large number of files, it can take a couple of minutes. As you can see here, the file that we've queued in is now listed below in the logs. So if we select refresh, what will happen here is that you can see that 0 items have been imported successfully and 1 has been skipped due to an error. So as you can see here, we've deliberately had an error put into the file from there, but if we select the view and fix errors button, what you can see here is one problems file found, and you can see here that we can edit the product from there. Once you select the edit button, it will come up with an error for the actual product. So as you can see here, the product name is blank and the name is a required field. Now the recommended way to address this error is to actually edit the file in your Excel file and add the product name here, save the file, and then re-import it back into Hike. The reason for this is that this keeps your product file up to date in case you do want to make any further changes, especially if you have a large number of files here. You'll want to edit the file here and save it so that the information is all up to date in your file. Now you can use the system here to update the product as well if you'd like. So if we enter in product name here, we'll select save and finish. And what you simply need to do from there is to reprocess the file. And if we select the refresh button, you'll see here that the file has now been processed and has been imported successfully. So if we look for product name in our products listing here, you'll see here that the product has been created. As noted, because we left the barcode field blank, the system has automatically generated a barcode for us, as filled in these 3 mandatory fields and created the product from there. Now if you do use this feature to edit the product name and add it to the system from there, what we do recommend you to do then is to then go back to your products area and then re-export the file. This way your product file is up to date and it has the new product information here, because as we haven't edited the previous file ourselves manually, you'll find that this file may be out of date and doesn't have the latest information. So it's always good to export the file again and make sure you have the most up-to-date files if you've made any changes within your Hike store directly. So this concludes the video on importing products via a product file. If you require further assistance, please check our Hike support article on importing products, which you can find by clicking the Learn button here and selecting this Import Products via CSV file. And what this will do is bring up our support article, which lists out any further information on how to import products, as well as going through all the mappings that are required below so that you can understand what all the column mappings mean. Now if you do require further assistance from there, we do recommend that you select our Need Help button on the top right here, and you can get in contact with our 24/7 chat team by selecting Chat with Support or submitting a ticket that will go through to our team to address from there. Thank you for watching this video.